The Zodiac Killer, the unsolved puzzle of a serial killer. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, the San Francisco Bay Area was gripped by fear as a notorious serial killer known as the Zodiac struck at random, leaving a trail of cryptic messages and unsolved murders in his wake. This video delves into the chilling story of the Zodiac Killer, exploring the enigmatic puzzle he presented to both law enforcement and the public. The reign of terror begins. The story begins with a series of brutal murders that shook the city. Each crime scene was meticulously staged, leaving behind gruesome clues and symbols associated with the Zodiac. As panic spread, the Zodiac Killer sent taunting letters to local newspapers, boasting about his crimes and challenging the authorities to catch him. The investigation unfolds. Law enforcement agencies, including detectives and cryptographers, tirelessly work to decipher the Zodiac's messages and catch the elusive killer. The video highlights the intense investigation, the efforts to decode his ciphers, and the frustration of investigators as the case grew increasingly complex. Detective John Anderson, a seasoned investigator with a reputation for solving complex cases, was assigned to lead the task force dedicated to capturing the Zodiac Killer. With each new crime scene, Anderson meticulously documented the evidence, determined to uncover any hidden clues that could lead to the killer's identity. Meanwhile, a brilliant cryptographer named Emily Turner joined the investigation team. Armed with her expertise in deciphering codes and ciphers, she became an invaluable asset in decrypting the Zodiac's cryptic letters. Late nights were spent hunched over papers covered in symbols, as Emily meticulously analyzed the patterns and combinations in search of hidden messages. As the investigation unfolded, a pattern began to emerge. The Zodiac targeted victims from different walks of life, seemingly chosen at random. The killer showed no discernible pattern or motive, making it even more challenging for the investigators to predict his next move. One of the most notorious aspects of the case was the Zodiac's series of encrypted messages. Taunting the police and public alike, the Zodiac sent cryptic letters to newspapers, each containing a piece of the puzzle. The team desperately tried to crack the codes, hoping to find a breakthrough that would help identify the killer. Emily's expertise and determination proved invaluable as she tirelessly analyzed the ciphers, searching for any hidden meaning. Weeks turned into months, and the pressure mounted as the Zodiac continued to evade capture. False leads and dead-end tips led to moments of frustration and despair within the investigation team. The Zodiac seemed to relish the attention, often contacting the media to claim responsibility for the crimes and mock the police for their inability to catch him. Despite the challenges, Detective Anderson and his team remained resolute. They meticulously reconstructed the Zodiac's movements and combed through witness statements, looking for any small detail that could provide a breakthrough. The case consumed their lives as they worked tirelessly, driven by a shared determination to bring justice to the victims and their families. However, as time went on, the Zodiac's trail grew colder. The investigation received fewer leads, and public interest waned. Frustration and exhaustion began to take their toll on the team, yet they refused to give up. The cat-and-mouse game. As the Zodiac's killing spree continued, a game of cat-and-mouse ensued between the killer and law enforcement. Despite numerous suspects and leads, the Zodiac managed to elude capture, leaving behind an aura of mystery and fear. As the investigation into the Zodiac Killer continued, Detective Anderson and his team found themselves engaged in a relentless cat-and-mouse game with the elusive murderer. The Zodiac seemed to always be one step ahead, leaving behind perplexing clues and twisted mind games. The Zodiac Killer continued to taunt the police and the public through his cryptic letters and messages. Each correspondence carried his distinct signature, a crossed circle symbol that sent chills down the spines of those who encountered it. The team, fueled by a mix of determination and frustration, analyzed every letter meticulously, hoping to uncover a breakthrough. One of the most infamous incidents in the cat-and-mouse game occurred when the Zodiac targeted a prominent public figure. The killer sent a letter to a local news station, threatening to harm the high-profile individual unless his message was published on the front page of the newspaper. The team faced a race against time to protect the potential victim while deciphering the Zodiac's riddles. Detective Anderson and Emily Turner tirelessly worked day and night to decode the Zodiac's ciphers. Their collaboration became more intense as they immersed themselves in the killer's twisted mindset. With each breakthrough, they believed they were getting closer to unveiling the Zodiac's true identity. However, the Zodiac was cunning and meticulous. He deliberately misled the investigators by planting false clues and misdirecting their efforts. The team encountered numerous red herrings, leading to dead ends and moments of frustration. The Zodiac seemed to revel in the chaos and confusion he created, perpetuating the fear and mystery that surrounded his crimes. The media frenzy surrounding the Zodiac case reached its peak, attracting amateur sleuths and armchair detectives who attempted to crack the codes and identify the killer. The pressure mounted on Detective Anderson and his team as the public demanded answers, but they remained focused and steadfast in their pursuit of justice. In a desperate attempt to gain an advantage, Detective Anderson decided to release some of the Zodiac's letters to the public, hoping that someone would recognize the handwriting or provide a crucial clue. The decision generated a flood of tips and leads, but the sheer volume made it difficult to discern genuine information from mere speculation. Despite the setbacks, the investigation team persevered, knowing that they were dealing with a ruthless and intelligent adversary. They continued to collaborate with other law enforcement agencies and sought the assistance of renowned criminal profilers to gain fresh perspectives on the case. The legacy and speculation. As the years passed, the Zodiac killer case left an indelible mark on the world of true crime. The unsolved puzzle of the Zodiac's identity became a haunting enigma that fascinated both professionals and amateur sleuths alike. Despite their best efforts, Detective Anderson and his team were unable to definitively identify the Zodiac killer. The case remained open, but with each passing day, the trail grew colder and hope of resolution dimmed. The legacy of the Zodiac case extended far beyond the investigation itself. It influenced the way law enforcement approached serial killer cases and prompted advancements in forensic science, profiling techniques, and cryptanalysis. The Zodiac's methods and cryptic messages inspired numerous books, documentaries, and films, perpetuating the fascination with this mysterious serial killer. Speculation surrounding the Zodiac's identity ran rampant. Numerous suspects emerged over the years, ranging from individuals with criminal backgrounds to innocent civilians who matched certain characteristics of the killer's profile. Each potential lead was meticulously examined, but none provided the definitive answer the investigation desperately sought. Some theories suggested that the Zodiac may have been a former law enforcement officer due to his knowledge of police procedures and ability to evade capture. Others believed he could have been a loner with a deep-seated grudge against society. Speculation continued to fuel debates, but the truth remained elusive. Detective Anderson retired from the force, but he never truly left the Zodiac case behind. He dedicated his spare time to privately reviewing the evidence, hoping that a fresh perspective or technological advancements would eventually bring closure to the victims' families. Years turned into decades, and the Zodiac killer case became a legendary mystery. The memory of the crimes and the psychological impact they had on the community endured, reminding society of the potential darkness that lurks beneath the surface. The Zodiac killer's story serves as a haunting reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. As new generations take an interest in true crime, the legacy of the Zodiac continues to captivate and intrigue, ensuring that the unsolved puzzle of this elusive serial killer remains a chilling part of criminal history. The Zodiac killer's identity and motives remain unknown, leaving a haunting legacy in true crime history. This video serves as a reminder of the unsolved puzzle that still captivates the world, challenging our understanding of criminal behavior and the limits of law enforcement. As the hunt for the Zodiac continues, we are left to wonder if the truth will ever be revealed and justice served for the victims of this chilling and enigmatic serial killer.